Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Alright, so we have application of linear inequality in real life. So this is a linear programming, and we're going to be learning how to apply linear inequalities to real life situation. So a student needs at least 3 notebooks and 3 pencils. Now when we listen to that statement, we see that we say at least. So it means that the number of pencils he need must be 3 or more. That's meaning of at least. So he must have 3 or more. So it needs at least. So when I say I need at least 3. So if you give me 2, you have still not met my demands. So the first thing you need to note here is that at least is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. Now, why is it greater than or equal to? That is, it can be equal to the one I need or more. That's meaning of at least. It means that, so when I say I need at least 3, so it can be 3, that's equals to 3, and it can be more, 4, 5, and so on. So that's what at least means. So at least is equal to what you need or more, but it must not be less. So when I say I need at least, I need at least 300 million for the surgery, and and you're giving me 200 million, you know, I've still not gotten the amount I need at least. So the amount should be equal to that 300 million or more. So that's the meaning of at least. More is greater or equals to. Then it says at least 3 notebooks and sorry, let me quickly say this. And at most means less than or equal to. At most means less than or equal to. What this means is that when I say I need at most, that the whole money I need is no more than 5,000 naira or 5,000 pounds or $5,000. So it means that at most, it means less than or equal to. So it can be equal to that amount or less than, but it must not be more. So if it is not more, it is less than or equal to the amount. That's what at most means. So less than or equal to. Now let's continue. So he needs at least 3 notebooks and 3 pencils. So it does not need anything lesser than that. So notebooks cost 60 naira and pencils 36 naira. And the student has 360 naira. Let me ask you the question. When we say the student has 360 naira, is it at most or at least? Let me give you 1 second. Okay, it is at most. Why is it at most? Because it does not have more than the amount he has. He said the student has 360 naira to spend. So that is at most. He has 360 naira to, not at least. The money he has to spend is 360 naira. So that's at most. The student decides to spend as much as. Now, before we come to this, let's n okay. Let n be number of notes, or okay, let's just say let n be note, let n equals to notebook. Okay, notebooks, and p equals pencils. So we can let n equals to notebook and p equals to pencil to be easy for us. Now notebooks cost, so 60 n, that's notebook cost 60 naira. And pencils cost 36 naira, 36p. So at the end of the day, at the end of the two, if I'm buying this and I'm buying this, it must not be more, because you said at most is this. So it's less than or equals to 360. Why is it less than or equals to 360? Because that's the at most. The at most, the least more, I mean the most, it does not have more than 360 to spend. So at most, it has 360. That's what we use less than or equal to. So he has at most, he does not have more than this to spend. So, and the student has 360 naira to spend. That's the amount he has to spend. So that's why we are using less than or equal to. The student decides to spend as much as possible of his 360 naira. He decided to spend as much as possible. So he can decide to spend, he can decide to buy, okay, I want to buy 5 pencils and 6 5 pencils and 6 notebooks. It's still welcome, but it depends on the amount. The amount he has is 360. Now, if he spends any amount he spends, any amount of pencil and notebooks is buying should not be more than this 360, because he does not have more than 360 to spend. So, and we are being told that he has at least 3 notebooks and 3 pencils. So it means that he can still buy anything starting from 3 notebooks and 3 pencils, but he must not buy lesser, because if he buys lesser, he has not met his demands. So the student decides to spend as much as possible of his 360. So we want to see, number one, how many ways can he spend his money, and then number two, does any of the ways give him change? Any of the ways, does he give him change? And if he gives him change, how much change is he going to receive? So let's look at number one, how many ways can he spend the money? Now, since we have, let's take note of this. We are being told that he needs at least 3 notebooks, and so he needs n. Now, at least is what? Greater than or equal to. So n greater than or equals to 3 and p greater than or equals to 3. So he needs at least this and this. So this is how to represent this. In fact, everything that we have written on the board, this 3 is how this one talks about the money, buying these 2 and not having more than 360. That's what this one means. Then this one means that he has at least he needs at least 3 notebooks and 3 pencils. So this is it. Now, how can we get how many number of ways he can spend the money? So let's, when n equals to 3, let's put when n equals to 3 in this equation, and let's get p to get number of pencils when he buys 3 notebooks. So 60 open bracket 3 plus 36p. I need calculator. Plus less than or equals to 360. So this one will give us 180 plus 36p less than or equals to 360. So we have 36p less than or equals to, this one comes here, that will be 360 minus 180, which is 180. So divide both sides by 36. So p less than or equals to 180 divided by 36. That will give us 5. So it means that the first way he can spend the money is when he buys 3 notebooks and 5 pencils. So if he buys 3 notebooks and 5 pencils, is one of the ways. Now let's look at the second way. Let's put this p equals, let's say when p equals to 3 inside the same equation, but you know this time around it will be 60n. So 60n plus 36 open bracket 3, because this time around is p we are replacing, less than or equals to 360. So 60n plus 36 times 3, that should be 108. Okay, 108 less than or equals to 360. So we have 60n. Okay, let's take this guy to the other side. 360 minus 108. So we have 60n less than or equals to 360 minus 108. 108. That's 252. We divide both sides by 60 to get n. So divide by 60. So we have 4.2. But I hope you know that we cannot get 4.2 pencils. There's not like 4.2 pencils, rather it is O. So pencil and the notebooks, they must be in O. So in this case, we can approximate it to the nearest whole number, which is 4. So yeah, second way, you can buy 4 notebooks and 3 pencils. Now, this 2, although you know, you can also buy 3 of each. You can also buy 3 of each. Let's see. Let me show you how you can buy 3 of each, because it will not pass 360. If you buy 3 of each, 60 over bracket 3 plus 36 over bracket 3. If you buy 3, what will it give us? 180 plus 36 times 3. That's 108. So plus 180. We have 288. It is still meeting up with 360. But watch this. You need to watch it, because normally it should have been 3 ways. It can have been 3 ways. It can be 3 ways. But if you make it 3 ways, you have defined what the question says. That's why I said you need to watch this. The student decides to spend as much as possible of his 360. As much as possible. He couldn't have settled less for 288 naira. It still has 360. In fact, 288 is much more far from 360. So this cannot be part of it, because it still has a lot change. If you minus 360 from this, you still have a lot of more change that you can still even buy more books I said more books. Yeah, you can still buy normal notebooks, and so we have to look for the one that will be closer to that 360 or that 360 on dot. But this cannot be part of the ways. So there are only two ways. If you try 4 ways, let's try 4 ways. I say 4 ways: 4 notebooks and 4 pencils. We have 240 here, 36 times 4. We have 144 here. So plus 240, we have 384. So this is not is more than the money he has. So he cannot buy 4 notebooks and 4 pencils. Now what he can buy is 3 notebooks, 5 pencils. He can also buy 4 notebooks and 3 pencils. You know, he can also buy 3 notebooks and 3 pencils, but this is far from the money he has. So he has much more. He can still buy more. So this is the, in fact, this and this are the only 2 ways he can buy as much as possible of his 360. Now, the second question now says, does any of the ways give him change? Now, let's see this way. Does this give him change? 60 open bracket 3, that's notebooks 3, plus 36 open bracket 5. Let's see what it will give us. 60 times 3 is 180, plus 36 times 5 is 180. So this will give us exact amount that he has. So this is not going to give him change. No change for this. No change. He's not going to collect any change because he has 360. Now for this, 60 open bracket 4 plus 36 open bracket 3. So this is 240, and this is 36 times 3. I've done that before. Okay, that's 108. So plus 240. So that will be 348. Now in this case, it's going to have change because this is not up to 360. Although you know it is still close, very much close to 360. So 360 minus, want to know how much will be the change, minus 348. That will give us 12. So he's going to receive 12 naira as change if he goes for the second way, because they say, does any of the ways give him change? Yes, the second way gives him change. How much? If so, how much? The amount will be 12 naira. So he's going to receive 12 naira for the second way. But he's going to go with the first way by buying 3 notebooks and 5 books. He's not going to receive any change because that is the least, and that's the only amount he has. All right. So that is all for this question on application of linear inequalities in real life situation. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like, comment, and share. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe in Jesus' name. God bless you all.